John William Godward was born on August 9, 1861, in Battersea, London, into a strict and conservative Victorian family. He was the eldest of 5 children born to John Godward, an investment clerk, and Sarah Eborall, a well-educated woman. The family's financial stability allowed for a comfortable upbringing, but the rigid and conventional environment would later contribute to Godward's struggles and eventual estrangement from his family. From a young age, Godward showed an aptitude for drawing and painting, though his artistic inclinations were not initially encouraged by his family. They hoped he would follow a more conventional career path, consistent with their middle-class values. However, his passion for art was undeniable, and by his late teens, he had decided to pursue a career as an artist, much to the dismay of his family. Godward's formal art education began at the St. John's Wood Art School, which was known for its rigorous training in classical techniques and emphasis on drawing from life. Here, he was exposed to the work of Frederick Leighton and Lawrence Alma Tadema, 2 leading figures of the classical revival movement in Victorian art. Their influence would be pivotal in shaping Godward's style and subject matter. During his time at St. John's Wood, Godward developed a meticulous approach to his work, focusing on the fine details and textures that would become his hallmark. His early works demonstrated a keen interest in classical antiquity, featuring themes and settings from ancient Greece and Rome, which would dominate his oeuvre throughout his career. Godward's professional career began in the 1880s, a time when the art world was experiencing a resurgence of interest in classical themes and styles. His early works were well received, and he quickly gained a reputation for his ability to capture the beauty and serenity of the classical world. Paintings such as A Priestess, 1887, and A Souvenir, 1888, showcased his talent for depicting idealized female figures in elaborate classical settings. His meticulous attention to detail, combined with a rich color palette and masterful use of light and shadow, earned him praise from critics and patrons alike. By the early 1890s, Godward had established himself as a prominent figure in the Neoclassicist movement, alongside his idols Leighton and Alma Tadema. The 1890s and early 1900s marked the peak of Godward's career. During this period, he produced some of his most iconic works, characterized by their exquisite attention to detail and serene, timeless beauty. Paintings such as A Pompeian Lady, 1891, The Jewel Casket, 1894, and Dolce Far Niente, 1904, exemplify his mature style. Godward's technique was painstakingly precise. He often spent months on a single painting, ensuring every detail, from the texture of a marble bench to the delicate folds of a silk robe, was rendered with photographic accuracy. His fascination with classical antiquity extended beyond the subject matter. He meticulously researched historical artifacts, costumes, and architecture to ensure the authenticity of his depictions. Central to Godward's work were his portrayals of women, often depicted in moments of quiet contemplation or leisurely repose. These figures, while idealized, were imbued with a sense of individuality and character. Godward's models, usually with dark, luxuriant hair and classical features, were often depicted against lush, marble-filled backdrops, creating a sense of timeless elegance and tranquility. Despite his professional success, Godward's personal life was marked by turmoil and isolation. His decision to pursue a career in art had created a rift with his family, who disapproved of his unconventional lifestyle and choice of profession. This estrangement was further exacerbated by his reclusive nature and aversion to public life. Godward was known to be a shy and introverted individual, preferring the solitude of his studio to the social circles of the art world. This reclusiveness extended to his interactions with his models, with whom he maintained a strictly professional relationship. Little is known about his personal relationships or romantic life, as he kept these aspects of his life intensely private. The changing tastes of the art world also posed challenges for Godward. By the early 20th century, the popularity of classical themes was waning, giving way to new artistic movements such as Impressionism and Modernism. Godward's adherence to classical ideals increasingly placed him at odds with the avant-garde trends of the time, leading to a gradual decline in his popularity and critical reception. In the early 1910s, Facing a decline in commissions and critical support, Godward made the bold decision to relocate to Italy. He hoped that the move would rejuvenate his career and provide new inspiration for his work. Settling in Rome, Godward continued to produce paintings, drawing inspiration from the rich classical heritage and picturesque landscapes of Italy. Some of his notable works from this period include In the Days of Sappho, 1913, The Delphic Oracle, 1914, and Reverie, 1918. These paintings, while maintaining his signature style and subject matter, reflect a subtle shift in mood, with a greater emphasis on introspection and melancholy. Despite his continued artistic output, Godward's later years were marked by increasing isolation and financial difficulties. The outbreak of World War I further exacerbated his situation, as the art market contracted and international travel became increasingly difficult. His once thriving career had dwindled, and he struggled to find buyers for his work. Tragically, on December 13, 1922, John William Godward took his own life at the age of 61. His suicide note reportedly contained the poignant statement, "The world is not big enough for myself and Picasso." This remark encapsulates the profound sense of alienation and despair he felt in the face of the dramatic changes in the art world and his inability to adapt to the new artistic paradigms. In the immediate aftermath of his death, Godward's work fell into obscurity. The rise of modernism and the avant-garde movements overshadowed the classical revivalist art that had defined his career. For several decades, his contributions to art were largely forgotten, and his paintings were rarely exhibited or discussed. However, the latter half of the 20th century saw a resurgence of interest in Victorian and Edwardian art, leading to a re-evaluation of Godward's work. Art historians and collectors began to recognize the technical mastery and aesthetic beauty of his paintings, leading to a renewed appreciation for his contributions to the Neoclassicist movement. Today, John William Godward is celebrated as one of the finest practitioners of classical revivalist art. His paintings, characterized by their exquisite detail, serene beauty, and timeless elegance, are highly sought after by collectors and displayed in prestigious museums and galleries around the world. Works such as The Belvedere, 1913, A Grecian Lovely, 1915, and The Quiet Pet, 1906, continue to captivate audiences, testament to the enduring appeal of his artistic vision. John William Godward's life and career were marked by a profound dedication to his craft and an unwavering commitment to classical ideals. Despite the challenges he faced, both personally and professionally, his work stands as a testament to the beauty and timelessness of the classical tradition. Through his meticulous technique and serene compositions, Godward created a body of work that continues to inspire and enchant viewers, securing his place in the annals of art history.